Good day, everyone. So this is, I guess, first of all, hello. This is the second time I'm actually going to be filming this reaction video. The first time, the audio got all weird, and I was kind of pissed off at the end, so it was just kind of sour overall. So I'm doing it right now. I guess to reiterate, I am doing a reaction video to the first episode of Jam Space Sessions. Yeah, it's been a while since I put it up, about a month, and just due to COVID and everything, we've kind of been at a standstill with filming. So for the time being, until lockdown is lifted, we probably won't have another episode, but as soon as everything's all lifted and everything's safe, then we are going to be back on track. So in this reaction video, I'll probably end up spilling a little bit of tea, just about what happened and the real reason I ended up leaving Moose Jaw. Oh no. So yeah, if you want to see my reaction on our very first episode of Jam Space Sessions, get a little live update, then keep watching. Okay, take two. My test worked, so I think I have this program all figured out. Let's just get right into it. Sorry the quality is so shit. I'm just using my webcam. I really couldn't be bothered to set up my camera. So before we start, I just want to put into context Johnny and mine and Johnny's friendship, which is sort of like a frenemies type of vibe. I'm probably wondering, like, why are they so sassy? Like, why is their banter so back and forth? Why are they kind of being assholes, for lack of a better word? It's just their dynamic, and it's all out of love. And I think maybe we were both a little bit hyped up that night. I'm not sure. The energy was really high though, and it was interesting to say the least, but it was still really fun and it turned out great. So I guess I just want to start out by thanking everyone who was involved. There's kind of a lot of work that goes into filming Jam Space Sessions because it is a remote show. Yeah, so thanks to everyone who helped. I really appreciate it, and it goes a long way considering the times that we're in right now. Peace and love, that's awesome. So yeah, let's get right into it.
John, give us a proper introduction. Please.
I come here to get a little respect, and obviously I came to the wrong destination.
Tell us who we are, Johnny.
See what I mean, kind of right off the bat?
We're the undisputed, universal heavyweight champions of rock and roll. Cannonball Kelly, Johnny Two Fingers, and whoever else is with us is automatically a champ. Do you want to know anything else? Are you gonna start your interview? Classic.
I mean, I love the energy. It was a bit much to handle at sometimes, but I mean, that's just Johnny. I kind of just had to go with the flow.
So, like, what? Why do you think you're the undisputed champs, honey?
Cringe.
Oof.
Tell me.
Why?
She's trying to create tension.
Tell me the real tea.
No. Hey, Kelly, don't even. You don't even really deserve an answer. But obviously, you're not blind.
Oh, I see that shiny piece.
Kelly might be, but that's besides the point. Yeah, we got the gold.
So, where'd you guys get that printed?
Whatever. We won it.
The amount of times I not only interrupted them, but was like so rude and just so loud, and all that nonsense was a ridiculous amount. So much so that I had to cut out probably like probably even more than half the entire video, and like the footage as well as the audio. It was just horrible. I learned so much from this episode. One being like dynamic between yourself and a guest, and like taking turns to speak and not speaking over each other, and also just being cautious about like your attitude, and yeah, just stuff like that.
Actually, we stole it and then we won it.
I have a question about WWE wrestling in general, because, like, in my opinion, it's all scripted, right?
Well,
don't listen to it.
WWE has writers now. And me and John Dale remember the days of Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, the Attitude Era. You know, less writers, less. Yeah, just be Steve Austin and say stuff. It's awesome.
So you're confirming it's scripted.
Well, yeah, Raw's,
they have the right.
wrestling's definitely more scripted television, and they don't get SAG cards. They don't get SAG benefits.
We're the new generation of wrestling. We're the new generation of rock and roll.
SAG cards is what they need.
We are the future. We are pioneers. Get on.
Okay. So one thing I will say, I mean, I probably edited this video over, like, well over 20, 25 times. And by the time I was done getting all the syncing done and splicing everything into place, I had a really fun time editing his little moments. I think he's freaking truly one of the most hilarious people I've ever met. And his little mannerisms just, like, get me every time.
Bored with the train? The trajectory is going up to the moon.
No SAG.
You're on board or you're off board. You're with us or against us. So,
for whatever it's worth, is it not just like a choreographed dance segment?
Okay. Can we just talk about how I literally asked probably every single question 3 times in a row, 3 or 4 times. I would ask the same freaking question, but like reworded, and it was so cringe and annoying. I didn't even realize I was doing that until I started editing, and then I realized, okay, maybe I didn't ask as many questions as I originally thought. It was really bad and embarrassing, and like looking back on it, I'm gonna be really like a lot more careful going forward about the questions I ask, and just being cautious about being repetitive, because I mean, you'll see they call me out and it gets kind of a little bit annoying.
Who's to say? I don't think so. I really just like maybe some of it is, but I dig more of the getting in there and just clubbing a guy, like more like a Cactus Jack. We were in the ring with Mick Foley once. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Mick Foley taught me how to punch, and then I showed Johnny Two Fingers how to punch. Yeah. We all know how to punch. He has his sock off his foot. He put it on his foot on his hand, then he gave it to John.
I gave it a testicular
And now
claw.
John has it in a mantle.
My audio cut out halfway through. Actually, not even halfway through. Probably like 7 minutes in. So I'm just going to keep going from here. That's so frustrating, but
I dig more of the getting in there and just clubbing a guy, like more like a Cactus Jack and Mick Foley. We were in the ring with Mick Foley once. It was awesome.
Yeah.
sorry, my audio is going to be a little bit different now because I have to record. Oh, wait. I'm trying to record through my blue mic, but it might, I don't know. It's just really frustrating. It might cut out. I don't know.
Put on his hand, then he gave it to John.
I gave it a testicular
and now
claw.
John has it in a mantle.
Yeah.
John, Mick Foley taught me how to wrestle.
Kelly,
Those weird cuts you see are truly just due to so much footage getting the snips, honestly. Like I said, between asking the same question a million times, just cameras stopping working, running out of batteries and SD cards. That's something else that was happening a lot. Just technical difficulties, and again, it was a really big eye-opener because it really showed me going forward what I need to be prepared for and what I should do differently. So I am grateful for that.
Like, the guy I'm wrestling tries to grab it, and like it slips and he falls on it like a dummy, and like, you just leave Johnny alone. Worry about me in the ring.
Really,
don't do that.
Nobody touches Johnny Two Fingers. No.
It's so funny because like he's not even putting on a show either. Like that's just Johnny in real life. If you know him, he's literally always like that, and it's
Nobody.
Yeah,
leave it to the professionals.
Yeah.
Right?
like some of these questions. Like, did I write that down? Like I don't know.
when we won the belt, Johnny might have ate a foot, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I always just assume it's choreographed, but there has to be some times where you're in a match where you actually get.
You see how he calls me out for asking the same question like 18 times, but in different words. It was so bad. It was really bad.
Physically injured.
You're about to get physically injured. You're lucky you're where you is, and we is where we is.
One time I gave Evan Inferno a forearm in La Saskatchewan in front of 600 people. That was
Anyone else like hate watching or hearing themselves? Is it just me? Like, it is so cringy. At one point I considered not even putting my face in the interview at all. Like, I straight up was just gonna be like the little mystery voice in the background because I was so self-conscious about it, but I'm glad I ended up putting myself in because it kind of just flowed better. It looked better.
Wrestle Rock. Do you guys
We're the pioneers, the godfathers.
Wrestle Rock?
Yeah.
I myself have no idea what Wrestle Rock is. I've never heard of it until you told me about
Did you see that? Like, okay, girl, have another drink.
last week.
Well, yeah, it didn't exist until we showed
Oh,
up the scene.
Pioneers,
lady.
baby. Pioneers, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, there's other bands. There's other bands that claim they're Wrestle Rock.
Yeah.
But there's only one undisputed heavyweight champions of rock and roll, and that's Johnny Two Fingers and the Deformities.
Right?
Ah!
Okay, yeah, like at this point I was like, this is comedy gold, but also like a complete shit show. And I just was at this point like, well, I don't know what's going on anymore. Is this the lost cause? I don't know. Guess we're just gonna have to ride it out.
Wrestlers,
Let's wrestle
some
rock.
people pretend to be guitarists and musicians. We don't pretend to be nothing. We're the real deal.
I never once
Look into
pretended
my
to be
eyes and
guitar.
tell me I'm lying.
Once pretended.
Tell
to be
me
guitar.
I'm
One
not.
time.
Ready? Check my camera and see if it's still recording.
Yeah, this better be recorded. This
Classic, like I said earlier, so many technical difficulties, but I'm grateful that they happened because going forward they will not be happening again. And I'm just happy and excited to get a new flow going that will work for everyone and make it as easy and fun as possible, because that's really my goal with Jam Space Sessions. Is I don't want it to become work. I want it to be something that brings me joy and helps to promote and showcase people around me that are super talented and creative. And yeah, that was kind of my vision the whole time. There were some bumps in the road, but I think like everything kind of happened for a reason.
is all gold.
Your audio's on, right?
I think that's really funny because in the time frame that I've known you guys, I've only known Kelly to be wrestling for like
Ever.
no, not ever. I would say like 5 years I've known that. But how long have you truly been wrestling for?
But how much do you really care?
That part hurt my feelings because I do care. I care a lot. I just think, like I said, our dynamic is so funny that sometimes it's hard to maybe show compassion for each other. I'm not sure, but yeah, well, peace and love, dude. Like, you're the best, and I'm so grateful that you were on my first episode. And yeah, you fucking rock, dude.
About what I and my friends are doing. When's the last time you asked me how I was? Just for no reason.
Oof.
Moving forward.
Moving on.
Oof.
Moving on. But you truly did not describe to me what Wrestle Rock is besides you being the undisputed champions of Wrestle Rock. You really just get into it. Is there like a whole genre? Is there like a whole subculture of people?
Well,
who really are-
think about some of the greatest Wrestle Rock bands besides
I don't
us.
know any of them.
Motorhead. Ever heard of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So they would
There
be
you go.
described as like Wrestle Rock then, I guess. Hey?
Yep.
Okay, so you know what? Going forward, I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit, because it's kind of boring. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, I think the rest of the interview is kind of like boring. I mean, it's not boring, but it's like you're gonna want to sit down and take time to watch it. Probably not through here because it's just gonna go on forever. So we can I guess I'll just fast forward a little bit.
What are those? They look like little chocolates. Where's the screen? I don't need to.
There's two of them, right? Is there two of them?
There's like 4 little pieces of the chocolate going on there. What looks to be chocolate. Thoughts on eating that?
Not many. Was this human grade food?
What you are eating right now is a chocolate covered cricket.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Loves crickets.
Let's see if you like crickets then.
I'll probably eat a cricket.
Hey,
He
they're
doesn't like
chocolate
chocolate,
covered. Hey, I figured I was just gonna do it.
It makes it go down nice. There's one left.
There's one left, he says.
Your producer's eating the third.
Okay, I guess this is where we can pause the video and tell you why I am not in Moose Jaw anymore. Long story short, that guy that you just heard, that producer, my old roommate, So while I was living in Moose Jaw, he met this chick at a bar, and they decided 2 months into their relationship that they were going to get married. So they did that. They went to the courthouse. They got all the paperwork done. They got married. Whatever. I was supportive at the time because, I was truly happy to see him with someone that he loved and that, could possibly make his life better. And, I didn't really know the girl that much, but she seemed like okay enough, right? Like, I can't really talk shit about her. Like I said, I don't really know her that well, but, so moving forward, it was just the beginning of the pandemic, and I decided to visit my boyfriend, Brody, here in BC. So while I was here, a couple days in, I got a text that said, from my old roommate, that said, hey, so we actually took all your stuff out of the house. We moved it. We took it to your parents' house, and we gave away your cat. We thought that it would be the best time to do it when you were out of town because you're not here. And, since we're just newly married, obviously, we're going to be moving in together. So she'll be moving in, and we're going to be moving your stuff out. Best of luck kind of thing. And my life was at a standstill because I was, like, first of all, like, homeless, essentially. I reached out to my parents, and they said that coming back home for a bit wasn't an option. So right off the bat, I was, like, just traumatized because not only did I lose my house, all my shit's supposedly at my parents' house, and my cat's gone. I later found out that the person that had my cat, which I didn't even know who it was for probably the first 4 months of all this shit going down, or the first 4 months of it. It's been probably about a year now. But yeah, so I've been like trying to track down my cat, trying to figure out where he is. A person that supposedly had him was not answering. I could not for the life of me figure out where the F my cat went. I later found out that he was actually in the Humane Society for quite some time, and they ended up euthanizing him just due to overcrowding. And yeah, it was really, really depressing and probably one of the most traumatizing things that has ever happened to me. Fast forward to about 6 months after that, like after me coming here, all that kind of shit. Fast forward to me being here for 6 months. I get a text message saying that, my old roommate and his wife, his ex-wife, I guess now, got a divorce. He was saying he's sorry and that he shouldn't have done what he did, and he's really sorry about the cat, and he's really sorry about everything that happened, and that maybe we could rekindle our friendship. And my dumbass was like, yeah, like, second chances, whatever, I guess I could, even though the thought of my cat was always lingering in the back of my mind, telling me this is wrong, don't forgive someone for this, because this, there's a lot of things you can forgive someone for, but this is just not it. So yeah, I forgave him, and we worked on this first episode, and it was really awesome. And then, I found out that he was, getting back together with his ex, and from then I had to let him go from the team. I just couldn't. I thought that it was going to be like a fresh start kind of thing. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but it was kind of, maybe it was a good thing, because the guilt that I had living with me for forgiving someone for essentially killing my cat was just too much. So yeah, I ended up, so I guess I didn't say this, but I ended up staying here instead of moving back because I didn't really have a choice. Like, I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have a job at the time because COVID, I just got laid off. So I figured the best decision was stay here, and I'm actually really grateful that I made that decision, because if I hadn't, I think I would have gone back to a world of nightmares. But yeah, long story short, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, and I don't think that's something that should ever be forgiven. I know it's a pretty depressing end to the video, because going forward, this video is just him pretty much eating all the nasty food as a buffet because he gets all the questions right. But yeah, I felt like I needed to say this, and if I didn't say it and I didn't explain what really happened, no one would ever know my side. And I want to say that maybe one day he'll get karma, but like, truth be told, I don't know if I believe in karma, and sometimes bad people just get away with shitty things. Depressing, I know, but that's just the reality of it. Yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say in this video. I'm not gonna drag it on too much. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys will stay tuned for the next episode of Jam Space Sessions. I'll be having more content that isn't really Jam Space Session related going up on my channel, so if you want to stay tuned with that, make sure to follow and subscribe, like my videos, all that BS. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I missed you guys back in Moose Jaw, and hopefully during Christmas time next year, maybe when all this pandemic stuff, you know, fully ends, I'll be able to come visit. And on that note, my next Jam Space Sessions will probably be when lockdown gets lifted. Filming has been a challenge just due to restrictions, and we want to make sure that everyone's as safe as possible. So yeah, until the next one, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll see you later. Peace and love. Mwah.